Henahan respond. Bullseye. Oh, magical! And look at him, the ultimate showman. Yes, Conor Henahan. What a fabulous passage of play that was.
Reminder, it is only a race to 4 here. And both players are halfway down that track. Jansen to give himself a dart, but it's a chance for Henahan to get the job done. Won't go. Jansen will return, 3 darts in hand to take us all the way to a one-leg shootout for the first victory of tonight.
Does it get tricky? No, it doesn't. We are going all the way. Louis Williams.
'89.
Don't worry, Conor, you will be back.
Been so good on his darts, Conor Henahan. Danny Jansen hasn't done much wrong, but now he's just given him 6 darts at the double. This one may not have much longer left.
Henahan for the first points of the final. Only needs the 1 dart, and we can see what it means to him. It's a big celebration from the Irishman. He has bagged the 2 points, giving it a little bit to the crowd who played their part in a fabulous game there. But it is Conor Henahan who is off and running in the final. Danny Jansen will be back, but will need to win his last game. As we see the numbers there, 95-21 from Henahan, absolutely superb, 57% on his doubles, including that magic 130. But we'll be back after the break, where for the first time we're going to see Andy Bolton. The Hinks, 127 in game. Bullseye for the Hinks. Oh! There we have it. 127 in game for Vampire. And he gave it some as well.
Giving Andy Bolton 6 darts at 111 to reinstall himself as the favourite for the fixture.
It's going to be 1 dart, double 16 for a level game. And this time, there it is.
Andy Bolton.
The customary celebration from the X Factor.
Was assured right now about the X Factor. It's just going to be 1 dart. That's all he needs. Andy Bolton stumbles his way into the lead in this one.
It's not going to go, so Andy Bolton will return, looking at double 14. The Mensur Sulovic to bag the points. Here we go. Looks a great guide. There it is. The celebration from X Factor. And he is off and running in Group 2. Andy Bolton gets the better of Carlo Vampire 4-3. And there we have it. The X Factor wiggle to the crowd. And there, the pair just sharing a word as they walk off. There we have it. Surprising no 180s, but 44% on the outer ring for Andy Bolton. That was the difference, and that got him over the line. But coming up after the break, it is a must-win game for Danny Jansen as he takes on Justin Smith. Camper you in?
I would rather be Justin Smith. Absolutely. Well, I would have rather been Justin Smith until he just had 114 wound into him in the opening leg by Danny Jansen. 100.17. Nearly said 117. That would have been some performance, wouldn't it?
180, Justin, 161.
I think they enjoyed that more than Danny Jansen did.
95. Danny require 160.
Now this would raise the roof. Another for Tops. Tops. Oh, absolutely magic from the mullet. I think he enjoyed that one, Matt. Oh my.
Foothold, take advantage. It's going to have to be from mistakes of Danny Jansen. And they're not coming. Makes no mistake. He's a leg away from qualifying here, because if he wins this 4-2, that is a positive leg difference. Pressure applied. It's only going to be a dart.
Should be 13 for Tops. He's gone his own way.
Justin Smith.
And there we have it. 16. And it is come and it is gone. And he knows that's a massive moment.
Danny require 118.
Danny Jansen's had 2 tumpless checkouts in this game. Can he win with one? It's the bull.
93.
Fine effort. A great night for Danny Jansen. But is it the end of the night for the mullet who's been so good here in Portsmouth?
Justin requires 60.
Justin Smith just composing himself. He knows he does not want to go into a shootout with Conor Henahan. 888. There it is. The bearded dragon is into the semi-finals. He edges out Danny Jansen in an absolute drama of a game. It is the Welshman who edges it 4-3. But spare a thought for Danny Jansen. He's done very little wrong in his 2 games. He's played some fabulous stuff and just come up short by the narrowest of margins. There, just look at that number there. 10 140 pluses for Justin Smith. That's the column that has done all the damage. But coming up after the break, we're going to move back into Group 2. For your money.
It's where the UK is left behind until now with the ADC, because a lot of it,
58.
like I say, you spend most of your time watching other people play darts, whether that's your local league, your Super League, or your county.
Game shown the second leg.
A nice clean finish there for Darren Armstrong. That's going to settle him down in this fixture in the first place, isn't it? So, oh, 2 darts
to qualify. 888. And he's done it. Carlo Vampire has qualified for the semi-final. And judging by that reaction, I think he knows, Matt. This group is very much a traditional dart group, as I call it, with the nylon fly and stem. Yet the other group, you've got 2 of them that use the moulded ones, which are very popular now. Matt, but that's magical from Justin Smith. 1-2-5 goes. It's only a hold of throw. The bearded dragon leads, but 70 for a 3-0 lead. 2 darts at 888 for 3-0. The bearded dragon.
With tops.
Tops to win Group 1.
40.
And it goes astray.
85.
It's going to be 1 dart. It's at 5-5. Good character here from Conor Henahan.
Has come and gone. Now, for the first time, Henahan from 3 down is going to get 2 at 888. Only needs the 1. Conor Henahan has sent the live lounge into applause. What a fabulous game that was between the 2 players that had already qualified for the semi-finals. But it will be Henahan who takes top spot, Smith who takes runners-up, and there it is, the celebration. And you can just tell from that there's been some banter between those 2 in the practice room, but it is the Irishman who takes the spoils. There we are, 93-5-5 from Smith, 95-74 from Henahan. What a game that was, but coming up after the break, we go back to Group 2, where it is a shootout between Darren Armstrong and Andy Bolton.
Andy require 88.
And with time. Early nerves on show for Darren Armstrong. And punished Andy Bolton. A solid 14 dart leg there to get the break that he needs. We'll see you down the road.
And he required 47.
47 to complete a whitewash. 1 more. Double 16. And it goes. The X Factor books his place in the semi-final. We say goodbye to Darren Armstrong, but he has been a credit to the ADC here this week. An amazing find, and I'm sure he will be back. He can take so much from his stint here at the Super Series. But Andy Bolton makes up the final 4. Are we going to get the X Factor wiggle? Not by the look of it today. I'm sure we will get it again later on. But there we have it. 0 from 5 early on. That was the Achilles heel for Darren Armstrong. But Andy Bolton, 98-56. And we'll be back after the break for all the reaction.
A thumbs up
Conor
there from
required
Carlo
12.
as well. Potentially just a bit edgy. Holding on to the dart maybe just a touch too long, trying to place it in the board rather than being able to throw it. He doesn't like that. He thinks that's awkward.
I'm not sure how much he can see of this. This is the right-hander's nightmare. There we go. Nothing. This is a blind dart he's throwing. Pick a spot and hope.
Go right and go high.
What a dart that is, Matthew Edgar. And look at it. That means so much to him because he has thrown that blind and hoped.
Conor require
Carlo
136.
Vampire, who at the moment is struggling to land a blow in this leg.
Magic. Absolute magic.
Henahan. Carlo require
Well,
124.
he'll join him on a better one.
Bullseye for a level game. Magic.
On the fourth leg.
Oh,
Carlo Vampire.
massive celebration.
He'll be going through his mind right now. He'll be thinking, I should have had this guy beat. I should be clear. Instead, he's hitting me hard now.
171.
Sensational. When his back's up against the wall, fires in a 171.
Conor require 103.
We have had 2 Tumplers checkouts already in this match. A night that's been littered with Tumplers finishes. We had another one.
On the fifth leg.
What a turnaround there from
Henahan.
Conor Henahan.
Carlo require 167.
We are now getting to that point where it's must go. It's on. It's on.
136.
Bit of excitement there.
Conor
Rush of
require
blood.
58.
That could be the last darts he gets to throw.
Conor Henahan is into the final.
Conor Henahan.
There it is. We can see what it means to him. All the emotion on show. The Irishman, a 4-2 winner. And he is 1 game away from sealing that win he absolutely craves. Carlo Vampire bows out, but what a fabulous week it's been for him. There are the averages, 92.34, considering all those missed darts at a double as well. But it is Henahan who books his place in the final. Coming up after the break, it will be semi-final number 2, and that is not to be missed as Justin Smith takes on Andy Bolton.
For the night so far for Justin Smith has been those 140s. He's going to need to start hitting them, and very, very soon. But he might not get another chance in this leg. Wires the big finish, and do you know what? I'm kind of surprised Andy Bolton went for it. He sort of strikes me as a layup player rather than a go for.
Part of me wanted to see it go in and see if he'd have reeled it in like Luke Littler.
Game shot on the third leg.
One thing he's reeling
Andy
in
Bolton.
is a place in the final.
To put this semi-final back on throw. It's going to be 2 darts at double 18.
Game shot on the
And he
fifth
only
leg.
needs the 1.
Justin Smith.
And effectively, we are back on throw. But you'd never guess from Justin's reaction.
6th leg, it's Justin to throw first.
Andy Bolton to book his place in the final. 10s. Now he's chasing.
30.
3 match darts missed.
Justin, you require 25. Game shot on the
The
sixth
ultimate
leg.
turnaround is on
Justin
here.
Smith.
And for Andy Bolton, these are the sort of games he would have been playing and practicing as well, trying to take these sort of conversions out in 6.
134.
Beautiful setup play. He will get more match darts, and he'll get at least a handful. He'll fancy that he's got
59.
2.
He required 24.
For a place in the final. The X Factor almost blew the opportunity. He was 3-0 up. Let Justin Smith back in.
Conor, you required 36.
I think my reaction was very similar to that of Andy Bolton. The grazed the wire. If the wire had paint on it, it would no longer have paint on it. Conor Henahan lands the first blow.
Henahan.
Every single leg for Conor Henahan tonight has felt like a title-winning leg.
Will he be back? Yes, he will. But when that first dart goes, gets a little bit nervy, Matt.
He caught the flight as well, trying to get through.
And he requires 16.
An unfortunate dart there for Conor Henahan.
Game shot on the third leg.
And Andy Bolton lands the first major blow of this final.
They've deserted me when I needed them most.
That is a beautiful hit. And if this was any other point of the night, you'd say it'd be full up. And even in the final, he can fill it up.
138.
How quick a game can change. A moment ago, we were starting to send out the distress signals for Conor Henahan. He's now a dart away from being favourite to win the match.
36.
The max. When he needed it most. And the composure.
Henahan.
He's just found something at key times in the last 2 minutes.
Slightly panicked look there though from Henahan over to the scoreboard to see what Andy Bolton was on, and he's not going to like what he sees. Andy Bolton there ready to strike, but he will not get the opportunity. Takes out the 164 to lift the title. It's on, and that is beautifully sat in the treble 19. A dart at the ball for the title.
139. And he required 36. Game shot.
We go all the way.
Andy Bolton.
Conor Henahan, one match dart has come and gone. But we now go back to 501, and just as we thought, the winning of the bullseye in the practice room has become a big telling factor. Conor Henahan throwing first in a last leg shootout.
100.
We are no the wiser as to the outcome of this game. It is now a game of 401. One leg. Absolute quality under this sort of pressure in a last leg shootout. Conor Henahan finds his third maximum, and now all Andy Bolton can do is just try and stay with him and hope an opportunity presents itself. But the opportunity will only present itself if Conor Henahan makes mistakes.
99.
Of which of that does not look likely. Bolton does not leave a finish. Conor Henahan, 6 darts at 122 for the title.
62.
Would have hoped to have left himself on a straight double, but should be getting 2 darts. But here comes the pressure. What a shot from Andy Bolton. What a final. What a game. Double 10.
50.
Another 2 match darts have come and gone for Conor.
36.
And that big setup shot for Andy Bolton gives him the opportunity, and Andy Bolton has missed his chance. A game that has had very little in terms of mistakes, in terms of errors.
Conor, you require 10.
Comes down to this. Double 5. For the Series 7 Week 2 title. And he's done it. Conor Henahan has picked up his first weekly title here at the Super Series. He has done it against a valiant Andy Bolton, a man who always makes the final here at the Super Series, who goes down swinging. But Conor Henahan, what a performance, not just in this match, but in the night. And we can see what it means to Henahan to finally get over the line. We've talked so much about Conor Henahan and his ability with the 9 darters, but now we're going to have to talk about Conor Henahan and his ability in terms of winning here at the Super Series. He is through to Champions Week. He'll be joining Rhys Robinson. A great night of action for Henahan. 4-3 over Danny Jansen to kick off his night. He turned around a 3-0 deficit to Justin Smith to beat him 4-3. It was a semi-final victory over Carlo Vampire, and then a 92.41 average in the final, resisting the challenge of Andy Bolton, who nearly averaged a ton. It was the 3 maximums from Conor Henahan that did the damage. And we're going to be hearing from Conor Henahan in a minute, who is absolutely delighted with his evening's work.
Conor, congratulations. You have waited a long time for this moment. Just sum up how you're feeling right now.
Oh, unbelievable. You can see what it meant to me there. Like, I've been here so many times, got so far, got into Saturday nights and been so disappointed. I'm so happy to get over the line now.
You had opportunities to get it done earlier and you missed them. Were there demons going through your mind because you've been there before?
100%. 100%. I thought I'd screwed it there. And I didn't even look at what Andy was left. Andy left 36 after 12. And I thought he'd gone. I was like, oh my God, not again. After going so far and doing so well, it happened to me again. But luckily, just...
The way the final went, it swung one way, then the next. When Andy broke early, what was going through your mind at that point? Because he was in complete control.
He was, yeah. He was definitely in complete control. But I just said to myself, during the week, anyone that went 2-1 in front of me, I said, geez, I played really well after that. So I knew I had it still in me to do it. But obviously, being in the final, it was just extra harder.
You've been to a Champions Week before, but not as a champion. Does it make a difference now, going back, the fact that you now have won a week?
Yeah, I think everyone would worry about me now. I've been here so many times. I've won it now. I have nothing to lose now.
We've seen your A game and the ceiling is there, but this week it was a more composed you. Is that something that you've worked on to get that bottom level up a little bit?
I'm playing a lot more local tournaments, trying to be steady, knowing in my own head that this is what you need to do. Trying to get that into my game instead of just averaging 105 and then averaging 72 like the next game. It's no good to you. It's not going to win you anything. So that's what I was trying to get in, was that if you can average 85 to 95 all the time, you're hard bet, and then you have that A game that you know you have to get it out of you.
We've seen so many people win a week here and go on to better things. Are you hoping now this is the catalyst for Conor Henahan to go on to bigger and better things?
I think it is. This was the big one now. Like, since I started, when lockdown happened, I got in here first time, and then Jason's taken me over Modus. Like, this was the thing I always wanted to do, was win this week or win one of these and see where it takes me now. So I'm so happy.
You talked about that ride from playing in Southampton to coming here. It's been some journey. Where can it end for you?
I don't know. I'm going to Challenge Tour next week. I hope to nearly win one of them. That's what I tried to go out to. Like, I know Danny's here. Like, a lot of people are here that he's the man to beat over in Germany. So we we have to go over there and beat him now. That's the thing. Like, this was his first time here. I thought he did really, really well. I've been here a few times, and now I have to try and nail him now and over there.
Well, Conor, I'm going to take that microphone and I'm going to let you have your moment.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Series 7 Week 2 champion, Conor Henahan.
Finally over the line, finally a winner here at the Super Series. He's been waiting for that moment, and the moment has finally arrived for the Irishman. Finally a winner here at the Live Lounge. Now, you were mentioning in the studio about 10-15 minutes ago about the bottle that he has shown, and he has had to show it, and show it in abundances in that final. There was 2 occasions, the 5th leg and the last leg, where he could have folded, but he didn't.
I'd go even deeper in that as well and look at leg 3 when Andy Bolton was looking to run away with it. He broke the throw, Andy Bolton, of Conor Henahan, went 2-1 up, was looking at going 3-1, and Conor Henahan hit a big max and sort of got himself back into contention, got his throw back and then sort of resisted the challenge from that point. There was lots of times that Conor Henahan was really asked severe questions there, and he really did dig deep, and I'm really impressed with what we saw.
Well, the man of the people. He's given the stems, the flights away. Those fans down there, they didn't have any kind of allegiances before the night got underway, but I think they're going to be fully fledged Conor Henahan fans going forward. And also nice to see as well in the background, Carlo Van Peer, Danny Jansen, Louis Williams didn't qualify also here this evening, and a nice little moment there between Conor Henahan and Jansen Senior. I'll tell you what, I think the mullet there is slightly better than Danny's, isn't it?
I've sort of sat up here while we've both been watching that sort of interview there from Conor Henahan, and I've just been sort of looking over the shoulder of all the audience members there, and a lot of photos and videos of Conor Henahan's interview. I think they thought they saw something special there. I think this audience is going to come away from here and go, I think we may have just seen an unearthing of a player a step forward. Remember a year ago, people was getting the phones out, taking pictures of Luke Littler so they could say, I was there when he was sort of discovered. Maybe they're just seeing something in Conor Henahan that they think he's going to go on to some big things on the back of what we've seen there tonight.
Well, he's getting hoarded, that is for sure, isn't he? That's his friend who came over from Ireland to support. It's actually the first time he's ever had support here on a Saturday night, Conor Henahan. And could it have been something sometimes as simple as just having that person? He's been with him for a couple of days now since he won Group A, just having that little bit of support where a lot of the time Conor's come over here and it's had to be a conquest that he's had to do on his own.
It does make a difference having that support, even if it's just one person, having that one person that you can rely on to be there in your corner, someone to look at, someone just to know they're there for you, makes a big, big difference. It certainly made a difference to Conor Henahan tonight. The problem is, if he believes that now, he's going to have his friend travel everywhere with him. He's going to need some time off work.
I think Danny Jansen's dad's a bigger fan of Conor Henahan than anybody else. I'm sorry, Danny, but I think Dad's got a brand new favourite now, and he's even got time for everybody else. It's been a real good week, actually, hasn't it, in that regard? Everybody's got along well with everybody, and sometimes groups just click here, don't they, at the Super Series? And tonight was kind of a preeminent example of it.
Yeah, it's nice to see that everyone's still sort of here. It just goes to show that everyone's here for their own agenda, but at the end of the day, what we get here, we just get people that love darts, and they love it whether they're playing it, watching it, being involved in whatever way they can. That out there tonight, from all the players, from everybody who's walked through the door tonight, is just an absolute love fest with the sport, and it was great to see. And well, I think the celebration may continue for quite some time.
Ooh, darts friends. Lovely moment, that. Lovely moment. I'll tell you what, I think once we get out of this studio, I think they're going to be wanting one with us as well, won't they? I mean, every time we look around the window, there's another band of selfies. Anyway, right, let's just quickly have a look at the moment that won the final, because it was a dramatic affair that went all the way to the very last leg. It went down to the very last dart. Both players squandering match darts. Talk us through what this moment is like. Andy's had his chance, it's come and gone. The heart must be pumping right now.
Oh, it's sickening. Anyone who tells you they enjoy this bit, there's something wrong with them. No one enjoys this moment because you want to get the job done. You want to be over the line. You're thinking of the trophy, you're thinking of the title, you're thinking of the moment. But at the same time, there's still a job to be done. You can't just play for time. You can't just stand with the ball in the corner. You've got to get over the line. And that is one of the unique factors about this game, but also one of the sickening things as a player. As a fan, just watching it, you get so drawn into it yourself, but being up there and having that with you, you go tense, you go numb, you go heavy, you just feel everything, the ground underneath you. So really good that Conor Henahan's had that and had that experience, and it's something that will stick with him for the rest of his life.
Looking forward to Champions Week. If he plays like that, he's going to be a threat for the lot, isn't he?
Well, already we've got two big hitters and big names there in Rhys Robinson and Conor Henahan. We've still got another 10 weeks to go. We've got some mighty big hitters and some big debutants still to come in this series.
Very quickly, word on Andy Bolton. His record here, if he doesn't qualify for a Champions Week, he'll get as physically close as possible to doing so. And look, of course, there is that possibility. It doesn't usually happen that if there is a dropout, the best player with the best average will then get the opportunity to come in. The way he's played this week, he's not going to put himself too far away.
Andy Bolton is one of the best 5 players we have here at the Super Series. And I know that's subjective to a lot of different things, but I'd put him in the top 5 for consistency, not just in terms of his performance, but in terms of his results. It speaks for itself. You don't have to dig too far to see the CV of Andy Bolton and what he's done in this arena. We will see him again, and I think he's going to lift plenty more titles, absolutely.
And we'll see you again Monday morning, right?
Monday morning, looking forward to it. Great group next week.
Well, just before we let you go, these are the players we're going to be watching next. We've got a former champion in Jim McEwen in action. David Cameron, who's played at the Champions qualifier, is going to be there as well. Jess Smith, the exciting Canadian in Group B on Thursday, Friday night, as well as the quick fire Tommy Mice. But that is it as far as we're concerned this evening. Matt, thank you for your company. Thank you for your company wherever you're tuning in to us from. Well, third time is the charm for Conor Henahan. We called him the 9 Dart Man. Tonight, he is the man. Bye from us.